It's a good mom.
Lady friend there. She's the dame who writes public occurrences, right? Good stuff. I always did appreciate good investigative journalism.
Okay. There he is.
What you admiring? The clothes or the man wearing them?
Hey there.
The Hotel Rexford's got rooms for rent. If you want something more comfortable than a bedroll on the floor.
Hey, Hancock.
Well, if it ain't Bobby's little patsy. Here, for protecting my stash. Wise decision turning on Bobby like that.
I'm sorry. For everything.
Hey, this is good, neighbor. No hard feelings. Let me tell you, this classy little tri-corner hat of mine is getting heavy. Am I turning into the man? Some kind of tyrant? I spend all my time putting down the people I would have been proud to scheme with just a few years ago. I need to take a walk again. Get a grip on what really matters. Living free.
Can you just leave, good neighbor? Aren't you the mayor?
Hey, the mayor's still the mayor whether he's in residence or not. I've walked out of here plenty of times. Keeps me honest. Can't let power get to my head. That's not what being in charge of good neighbor is about.
If you're heading out, why not come with me?
Yeah, I like it. You might just be the right kind of trouble. Let me just have a little chat with my community first. Give them the news. Hey, everybody, gather up. I got something you all need to hear. No rush, everyone just take your time. Look, everyone, I'm taking a walk. It's time for your fearless leader to get back out there. Mix it up in the dirt before I forget what that feels like.
You can't leave, Hancock. We need you.
Hey, I'm always gonna be here in spirit, my man. Good neighbor and I, we got a connection. But like any hot and heavy relationship, sometimes you gotta spend time apart. Let things cool off. Remind yourself of who you are. So that's why I'm leaving. I'm still your mayor. I'm still gonna be here when you need me. But it's time for me to stop living so damn comfortable. Because we all know, no one in power deserves to be comfortable for long. Now, what's the best town in the Commonwealth? Where can someone live free, with no judgment?
Good neighbor.
Of
The people, for the people.
And don't let no one forget it.
Hancock.
So, you ready to get this show on the road?
You still interested in traveling together?
I think I could do with some more trouble in my life.
Let's do it.
Done.
Ah, if it isn't my second least favorite mayor in the Commonwealth.
She doesn't like Hancock? Oh, that's sad. Ah, I forgot. Oh, he likes it when you do drugs. And, Bug. What? Forget what Hancock's other likes are. Oh, he likes you to be naked? Drugs? This is going to be short, I believe.
Hey.
Shoot. Hey, mind if we talk now?
Of course. What's up?
Look, I needed to mention, just you taking care of Bobby. I ain't proud of having to put you through that. That sort of dictatorial shit ain't usually my style.
It's not a big deal.
See, that's where you're wrong. Abusing power like that, it is a big deal. Hell, that sort of bull's the whole reason I became mayor in the first place. Some ass named Vic ran the town for I don't know how long before that. Guy was scum. Used us drifters like his own personal piggy bank. He had this goon squad he'd use to keep people in line. Every so often he'd let them off the leash, go blow off some steam on the populace at large. Folks with homes could lock their doors, but us drifters, we got it bad. There was one night, some drifter said something to them. They cracked him open like a can of cram on the pavement. We all just stood there, did nothing.
I'm here.
That's a hard choice to make. I don't envy you.
I appreciate you trying, but there's no need to sugarcoat it. It was spineless the way I acted. I felt like less than nothing. Afterwards, I got so high, I blacked out completely. When I finally came to, I was on the floor of the old state house, right in front of the clothes of John Hancock. John Hancock, first American hoodlum and defender of the people. I might have still been high, but those clothes spoke to me, told me what I needed to do. I smashed the case, put them on, started a new life as Hancock. After that, I went clean for a bit, got organized, convinced Cleo to loan me some hardware, got a crew of drifters together and headed out into the ruins, started training. Next time Vic's boys went on their tear, we'd be ready for them.
The fact that you're standing here and Vic isn't would suggest things went well?
Oh yeah. So, the night of, we all got loaded. Let Vic's boys get good and hammered. Burst from the windows and rooftops where we'd been hiding. They never even saw it coming. We didn't have to fire a shot. We didn't have to, but we sure fucking did. It was a massacre. Once we'd mopped up, we strolled right into Vic's quarters in the state house, wrapped a rope around his neck, and threw him off the balcony. And there I am, gun in hand, draped in Hancock's duds, looking at all the people of Goodneighbor assembled below. I had to say something. That first time I said them, they didn't even feel like my words. Of the people, for the people, was my inaugural address. Became Mayor Hancock of Goodneighbor that day. And from then on, I vowed I'd never stand by and watch. Ever again.
And you're never gonna have to. We'll take care of the Commonwealth together.
Good. I just hope you get where I was coming from. I ain't out to bring harm to anyone that didn't earn it. Though I'm getting the distinct idea you got the same plan. Well, you probably heard enough of me running my mouth for one day. You wanna get moving?
No, I think this is like an hour 10, maybe, at best.
Heads up.
What do you need?
Hancock.
Shoot.
Your thoughts?
I get the good neighbor lifestyle ain't for everyone, but it beats the alternatives. Folks in a place like Diamond City wouldn't give a ghoul the time of day.
That's all.
Yeah, sure.
Fucking kill!
Heads up.
I take requests.
Over here.
I can do that.
Hey, Hancock.
So, seems you know how to hold your own. I'd had my doubts when we first hit the road.
What can I say? Some people have just got it.
You ain't kidding. It's just real rare these days. Find someone who's not willing to take things the way they're handed to them. Too many good folks not willing to get their hands dirty. And too many assholes taking advantage of it. Look at what happened at Diamond City. Before McDonough took over, it was a half-decent place to live. A little stricter than I usually go for, but not terrible. I thought he and I had a pretty happy childhood. But then he decides he's gonna try and get elected with his anti-ghoul crusade. Mankind for McDonough. Before you know it, you got families with kids lining up to drag folks they called neighbor out of their homes and throw them to the ruins.
You and McDonough knew each other as kids?
Oh yeah, guy's my brother. Grew up together in a little shack on the waterfront. Guy was the standard big brother, entitled, punchy, liked to shove rotten potatoes down my shirt and slap my back. But I never thought he'd be capable of something like what they did to those ghouls.
How could they do something like that?
There'd always been a pretty big gulf between the folks living in the stands and folks down on the field. McDonough ran on it because he thought enough of those upper stands assholes would vote for him. Guess he was right. I remember storming into his office above the stands after the inauguration speech. He was just standing there, staring out the window, watching as the city turned on the ghouls. He didn't even look at me. Just said, "I did it, John. It's finally mine." Should have killed him right there, but I don't think it would have changed anything. Instead, I pleaded with him, begged him to call it off. He said he couldn't. He had nothing against the ghouls. He was just carrying out the will of the people. And he couldn't betray the voters. And then he smiled. That hideous fucking mile-long smile. He never smiled like that when we were kids. I didn't even recognize him.
What do you mean you didn't recognize him?
I don't know. Just didn't seem like the guy I grew up with. When I'd first heard the rumors he'd been swapped for a synth, thinking back on that night, I thought it made a lot of sense. But now, I don't know. I don't think I buy it. I've seen him since then, and there's no way they copied him that perfectly. Even got his tight-ass walk. But at the time, I just needed to get the hell away from him. Him and that whole damn city.
He murdered those ghouls.
Him and that whole damn city. I still wasn't a ghoul at this point, so I didn't have to leave, but I couldn't bring myself to stay in that cesspool after that. I'd been sneaking off the Good Neighbor for years to get decent chems, so I knew the safe routes. I managed to track down a couple of the families, lead them there, but most couldn't get used to the Good Neighbor lifestyle. I brought them food for a couple of weeks, but after a while, they just disappeared. Folks in Diamond City signed their death warrants, and all the good people were willing to just sit by and watch. I felt like I was the only one who saw how screwed up things truly were, who couldn't just pretend things were fine. Still feel that way. Or I did. Until I met you. I know I run my mouth, but having someone who sees the world for what it is, and is willing to do something about it, it's meant a lot to me. I feel damn lucky to have you as a friend.
And that's what we are? Friends?
Well, now that you mention it, I have been having slightly more impure thoughts than usual. Maybe we'll get to, act on those. But I guess we should probably head out, huh? After you.
Look alive. Look alive.
Yeah?
Hey, Hancock.
What's on your mind?
Your thoughts?
Nice to not have to constantly watch over my shoulder all the time.
That was all I had.
Yeah, sure.
I'm getting his full affinity. When you fast travel like that, they'll then recognize that you're...
Say the word. What you need?
Your thoughts?
Damn, that thing's right. When is someone finally gonna turn that down?
Your thoughts?
This beats mayoral duties any day
Duh.
of the week.
That was all I had.
Fine by me.
Hello? By order of the...
This is how we execute deals with folks in the Commonwealth.
Commencing formation of organic life form.
I guess you could call that trying. Two a day keeps reality at bay.
Hey,
Got something for me?
Your thoughts?
Plenty of folks want to make life hard for people just trying to survive. I'm not willing to stand for that kind of shit.
Oh, nothing.
Fine by me.
Fucking cow!
Got a sec? I need you to hear something.
I'm listening.
It's just being out here with you, it's made me realize most of my life to this point, I've been running out on the good things I got. I skipped out on my family, my life in Diamond City, took up with you just to get out of Good Neighbor. Hell, running from myself is what made me into a damn ghoul. But being here with you for the first time in my life, things have just felt right. And running is the furthest thing from my mind. I mean, I left Good Neighbor thinking I was gonna just sharpen up the old killer instinct. But whether it's fate, or destiny, or just goddamn coincidence, I ended up with someone like you. I turned one of the nastiest settlements in the Commonwealth into a refuge for the lost. I thought I'd done something I could hang my hat on. But being out here with you, it's made me realize just how small time I'd been thinking. And that maybe all my running, for my life, myself, maybe it wasn't such a bad thing after all.
You may have run, but you always ran for a reason, Hancock.
Been trying to convince myself of that for a long time. But hearing that coming from someone like you, I don't know if you understand what that means to me. So let me get to the point. Throwing in with you has been the best decision I've ever made. It's like I found a part of myself I never realized was missing, which happens sometimes when you're a ghoul. If I hadn't taken up with you, I'd probably be in a gutter somewhere, getting gnawed on by radroaches. You have been one hell of a friend.
Have you ever thought about us as maybe more than just friends?
Is that obvious? Come on, you don't want to wake up to this mug every morning. Never wished that on anyone I cared for.
Who I fall for is my decision. And I've fallen for you.
Wouldn't expect that kind of lapse in judgment from you. But I guess that works out for me then, doesn't it? Moments like this, I know all that karma stuff is bull. Because no one like me should be this lucky. Come on, love. Let's get this freak show on the road.
You have reached the highest level of affinity with Hancock. You have gained the Isodoped perk. Yay! Isodope. So that's what? 25 minutes? So that's awesome. Yes. Gay. As in they're happy together. Also, homosexual together. I'm assuming that if you do it with a ghoul, you need a lot more lube. Alright, so sword fighting at its finest. Isodoped. Thanks to your relationship with Hancock, at 250 rads or higher, you get criticals 20% faster. Kill shot, thanks to your relationship with McCready, headshot accuracy and VATS is increased by 20%. That would be, one would have to be uncircumcised and one would be circumcised. It's just mathematics. All right, new stream, and then we'll go get, the next stream is going to be getting Valentine. So be back in a minute.